What's going on, guys? Today I have a pretty cool install video for you. I'm going to be installing the SuperSprings SumoSprings on the Tacoma. I've been thinking about getting some upgraded bump stops for a while now, but I just never really pulled the trigger. They were definitely on the list, but just a little bit lower priority. But Adam from SuperSprings reached out to me and sent these out for me to test out and do a video and see if I like them. So super excited to get these installed and see what they can do. As you can also see behind me, I finally picked up some new jack stands. You may have seen in the previous video, I had the Harbor Freight jack stands that were actually recalled because they were failing on people. So I obviously returned those, got my money back, and finally got some new ones from Home Depot. I'm hoping that I can do the SuperSprings install without jacking up the truck, but I'll have to see if they're able to clear once I get under there. If not, it's no big deal, I'll just jack up the truck. Alright, I think this is everything that I'm going to need for the install. It's pretty simple. You're just undoing the U-bolts, basically taking out the old bump stops and then sliding these new ones in. So I'm going to try to use my new impact from Ryobi days. Great sales, check it out. It's going on right now. But yeah, so it's a 19 millimeter to get off the U-bolts on the underside. And then you're going to want to get a torque wrench so you can torque the U-bolts back down to spec when you're done. But yeah, so if this doesn't work for whatever reason, then I can go the old school way and use the socket wrench. And then just a note real quick, the SumoSprings come with Loctite, and that's for the spring attaching to its base. So you basically unscrew this, put on the Loctite, and then put that back on. The instructions say to do that step after you jack up the truck. So basically it's saying install the bracket first without the spring on it, and then jack up the truck so you have space to put the spring on and Loctite it on then. Since I'm gonna try to do it without jacking up the truck, I'm gonna put the Loctite on first and hopefully it fits, but I'll test fit it first and see if it fits. All right, trouble in paradise already. So for the Ryobi, I do not have a 1/2-inch chuck, and my 19 millimeter socket for 3/8 is significantly shorter than the 1/2-inch one I have, and this won't fit over the U-bolt. So that means that I'm gonna have to go the old school way with the 1/2-inch and the wrench. Gotta love it. Sorry, bud. On the bench today, we'll get you in next time. All right, so I got the factory bump stop out. As you can see, there's a huge difference in height. So this will hit a lot earlier, but the SumoSpring is progressive, so it gets basically harder to compress the further you compress it. So this will still be pretty soft when it's just compressing up here. And I just went under the truck and test fit to see if I could squeeze this in without jacking up the truck, and it looks like I can, at least on the driver's side. So I'm gonna unscrew this and then put the provided Loctite on and then install it on the truck. So the Loctite's on the spring. Now I'm gonna install it and tighten everything back down. All right, so I got the driver's side installed. Super easy install. Would have been a lot easier if I was able to use the impact gun. My arms are probably gonna be sore tomorrow, but that's fine. So this is what the SumoSpring looks like installed under the truck. As you can see, I have a little bit of space between the bump stop and the frame, and that's because my truck is lifted 2 inches in the rear. If you're on a stock Tacoma, this will probably be basically touching this or very close to it. Also, if you have a stock Tacoma, you'll probably need to jack up the truck for this to fit in. Like I said, since mine's lifted, I was able to fit it in, and that's why I have the gap up here. So just keep that in mind for your install. All right, so now it's time to use the torque wrench and torque those U-bolts back down to spec. I will say there's a little bit of a controversy, if you will, about what the actual specification for the U-bolts is. I think in the Tacoma manual, it says 37 foot-pounds, which is like ridiculously low. That's about like hand tight even. Some have speculated that the manual meant to say 73 and they got the numbers mixed up in the manual. I'm gonna go about 80 just because I know that's safe and it shouldn't be too tight. You definitely don't wanna over tighten them because then you could get, some type of cracking in the axle housing or something like that. So I'm gonna go about 80 and I think I should be fine. That's what I did last time when I installed the add leaf, so I'm not too worried about it. Okay, U-bolts are torqued down to 80 foot-pounds on the driver's side, so now I just got to do the passenger side install and I'll be done. I hope this install video was helpful for you. I'm going to be doing a review video later on, so hit that subscribe button, hit the little bell icon so you're notified when that video comes out, and thank you guys for watching.